All right, ready to literally hack your own hardware? Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're completely cracking the code on the ultimate brain upgrade. I'm your host, and we are diving into a trick you probably thought you couldn't do. Or maybe you tried it once, got frustrated, and just totally gave up on it. Well, let's dive right in.
So let me ask you this. Do you want a massive cognitive boost without even leaving your seat? Seriously, if you're chronically distracted, endlessly scrolling, and you feel like your attention span is, well, competing with a goldfish right now, do you want a massive upgrade with absolutely zero physical effort? Of course you do. We all want that cheat code for better focus, improved memory, and just a calmer mind, especially when the world is throwing, a million notifications at us every single second. Now hold on, before you bounce because you think I'm going to tell you to pack up and move to some isolated ashram, listen, no mountains or monks are required here. We are completely busting those old-school tropes today. This isn't about sitting cross-legged for hours in absolute silence wearing flowy linen pants. The reality of this hack is something you can do right now, literally, in your messy bedroom or sitting at your office desk. Because look at the myths versus the reality. The myths, they tell us we have to totally empty our minds, sit perfectly still for an eternity, and carve out like 40 minutes a day just to do it, quote-unquote, properly. But the reality check is so much simpler. It's really just about noticing when your mind wanders. We're talking tiny 1 to 2 minute sessions. And the absolute best part? It is perfectly ADHD friendly. You don't have to be a Zen master. You just have to be a normal human being with a busy, noisy brain.
And here is the absolute crucial point you need to know. Mindfulness meditation, it is not a nap. It is literally a brutal, highly effective workout for your brain. You pick an object of focus, like your breath. Your mind inevitably wanders because, hey, it's a mind. And then you notice the wandering and you bring your attention back. That active, effortful work of monitoring your attention, catching the failures, and redirecting, that is the heavy lifting that actually reshapes your brain.
And the actual results of this mental workout? Okay, prepare to have your mind completely blown. 23? Yeah, I'm just going to let that sit there for a second. 23%. According to neurofeedback research led by expert Siegfried Othmer, participants who meditated experienced an average IQ gain of 23%. That is a massive, measurable jump in cognitive performance, literally just from taking a few minutes to train your attention.
Plus, the upgrades are intensely physical. Like, your brain actually changes shape. We're talking about a literally thicker prefrontal cortex. That's the area responsible for your attention control and complex decision-making, and it's actually growing more gray matter. You also get a larger insula, which totally boosts your internal body awareness. And my personal favorite, a smaller amygdala. That's your brain's threat detection center. As that shrinks, your thinking brain gets way more control over your reacting brain. You're basically building a physical shield against stress. To put into perspective just how profound these physical changes are over a lifetime, just look at the difference in gray matter volume as people age. See that typical steep decline of gray matter as people get older? We all lose brain volume over time, right? But then look at the long-term meditators. Their brains show significantly less age-related decline. The slope is just so much flatter. They are literally keeping their brains physically younger just by practicing this insanely simple attention exercise. Now, I can practically hear some of you screaming through the screen right now, but what if my mind races constantly? I can't do this, my brain is way too loud, I have literally a million tabs open in my head. If you are chronically stressed out or you have an ADHD mind, you probably feel like you're just inherently bad at focusing and this whole thing could never ever work for you. Well, here is the absolute truth, guys. Everyone's mind wanders, especially yours. And honestly, that is exactly why this practice is so incredibly powerful for you. Meditation is not about having a perfectly flawless, empty mind. If your mind is racing and bouncing all over the place, that just means you have way more opportunities to catch it and bring it back. You aren't failing. You are just getting way more reps in at the brain gym. And for those of us who need a little extra help, check out these brilliant, low-barrier ADHD hacks straight from the experts. Keep it ridiculously simple. Start with just 1 to 2 minutes, whatever feels almost too easy. And you know what? You don't just have to focus on your breath. Use sensory anchors. Look at a flickering candle flame, listen to a really calming sound, or even just hold a smooth stone. When your mind wanders, just label it. Simply say to yourself, oh, that's a worry, and gently go right back to your anchor.
Okay, enough talking about this in the abstract. Let's actually try it right now. Yep, right here, right now, together, I challenge you, we are going to do a quick micro meditation. And I promise it is going to be totally painless, completely accessible, and actually kind of fun.
Let's just slow things down for a second. First, simply take a seat. Just get comfortable wherever you are right now. Notice your body. Maybe uncross your legs and plant your feet firmly on the floor. Now feel your breath. Just notice the sensation of the air going in and going out. And remember, be incredibly kind to your wandering mind. If you get distracted by a random sound or a thought, zero judgment. Just smile and bring your focus back.
So let's do one together right now. Breathe in, really let your belly expand, and breathe out. Let your belly contract. Push all that air out. Just one intentional, totally focused breath. That's it. You did it. You literally just meditated.
Okay, snapping back to high energy for a second, because I know exactly what you're thinking. Wait, what if I get an itch? This is the most common and honestly hilarious beginner question I see all the time. You're sitting there, trying to be all mindful and focused, and suddenly your nose is the itchiest it has ever been in your entire life. It feels like an absolute emergency. Do you ruin the meditation if you move to scratch it?
Well, here is the expert advice for this, and it is honestly brilliant. Scratch it with your mind first. Before your fingers move on pure autopilot, just observe the physical sensation of the itch with your mind. Notice it. Say, oh wow, an itch. See how it feels to just sit with that sensation for a tiny microsecond. If it's driving you absolutely crazy, sure, go ahead and scratch it. But taking that split second to intentionally observe the impulse before reacting, that is literal mindfulness in action.
And hey, if you still think you're somehow uniquely terrible at this, you've got to hear what Sharon Salzberg, one of the world's absolute top meditation teachers, said about her very first time trying this. She said, I thought, what will it be, 800 breaths before my mind starts to wander? It was one breath. Guys, even the global legends lose focus almost immediately. It is completely natural.
So I really want to leave you with this core philosophy today. Notice, return. Notice, return. That's the whole shebang. Catching your mind wandering and escorting it back to your anchor is the entire workout. You aren't failing when you get distracted, you succeed the exact moment you return.
You now have a scientifically backed brain hack right in your back pocket. No monks, no mountains, just a super simple attention exercise for 1 or 2 minutes a day to rewire your brain, boost your memory, and seriously lower your stress. So the only question left is, what are you going to achieve with your newly upgraded 23% smarter brain? Try it out today, follow to learn more, and I'll catch you in the next one.